welcome to another episode of 2Techies live at Emerge America. So, Derrick, tell me, when did you fall in love with tech?
Actually, I fell in love with tech probably around 2008. I'm a former healthcare executive. Spent about 15 years at some of the nation's largest academic medical centers. Since we're in the state of Florida, I cut my teeth at the University of Florida. I became a CEO at the age of 31. But by the time I turned 37, 38, I realized that healthcare was just a little too slow for my innovative juices. And I started reading more about African Americans who was in tech. Heard about this guy named Robert Smith, and he founded this company. And I was looking at my salary, and I looked at how much he was making. I was like, wow, I had no clue there was opportunities to do that. And I looked at it deeper. He was doing enterprise software. So I said, wow, I can do what I know, which is healthcare, create enterprise software for healthcare. And that's why I sit here today as the founder and CEO of CourMed.
Well, you didn't answer the second question. So to go a little bit more in depth, what do you do in tech and innovation?
Yeah, so think of Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Postmates, and how they deliver people and stuff to locations. We deliver people to perform healthcare services through our app. So we partner with physicians and nurses and chiropractors and dentists, physical therapists, massage therapists. Anything you think of where you used to have to go to a location to get some healthcare done, you actually today can get it in your home, corporate office, luxury hotel, luxury condo, you name it.
So it's membership based? What's the structure?
It is not membership based today. That is something that we are considering, or some type of model where people can pay a monthly subscription. But today is just like ad hoc, or what we call fee for service. So whenever you need it, you just get it. So for instance, where we got our really bump is doing COVID-19. We partnered up with Amazon actually, and Amazon taught us how to do monoclonal antibodies to people's homes. So once someone got COVID and they need to be cured of COVID, we would deliver a nurse to a location to provide an infusion therapy to them.
Nice, very good. So give the URL again, because people are still dealing with COVID, just in case someone needs the services.
It's CourMed.com, CourMed.
Fantastic. So we're going to take a little detour. What is your favorite craft beer or craft cocktail or drink of choice?
I'm a tequila man.
Okay.
So
we haven't heard that one yet.
Michael Jordan has a tequila called Sincoro, and that's the type of tequila that I really adore. There's 3 different types. I like the extra añejo is my favorite.
How you drink it?
Neat.
All right. What do you feel is one of the biggest challenges or struggles you're currently facing?
Hiring the best people. So any company, if you really want to do well, you need A players to win. And A players are hard to recruit. So we have done tremendously well, I think, at the beginning, but as we get ready to scale our company worldwide, I think it's going to be even tougher. Nice. You know, I am really hot. Yeah, that was why I didn't wear my
You need a napkin?
jacket.
You need a quick napkin? He needs a napkin. I think I got some napkins right there. Look on the other side of the board.
It is hot here. I mean, I just flew in yesterday. But
it's okay. Go ahead and get the glistening. Get the glistening.
Huh?
I said get the glistening.
So I'm originally from Florida, but
What part?
Tampa Bay. But you know, we live in Texas now, and it's like 40 degrees at night and maybe 70 during the day. But when I got here yesterday, I'm like, oh my God, you can't even go outside now. And it's April.
All right.
I'm better now.
So, how are you keeping a balance on your mental wellness or mental health?
I really don't think there's a balance. I think you just have to realize when you're getting, I would say, discouraged. That's what I do, right? So I know for me, I've been an executive for many years. I think one of my superpowers is my memory. And when my memory goes, I know that I'm overwhelmed. So when I get overwhelmed, that's when I have to take a day off to take everything off my calendar so that I can recoup and get re-energized and become re-encouraged. Because as I get discouraged, I become less effective at what I do. And then I become less tolerable around people, especially my family, and that shouldn't happen, right? So I can literally tell through my memorization when I start forgetting things that I need to take some time off and recoup.
Yeah, but that self-awareness is key.
Yeah.
To know yourself, know your triggers.
Yeah.
And know when to take a pause. On a technical side, could you tell us a milestone in your journey and career, or when you had an aha moment? And what was that aha moment?
Well, the aha moment for us actually came again from Amazon, right? So we started a company. We were delivering prescriptions. We did that for many, many years. And then when COVID-19 hit, we had done so well delivering prescriptions, big companies like Microsoft and Google and Amazon realized what we were doing. And then they started making suggestions. And one of the suggestions came from Amazon. They said, Derrick, can you deliver people into homes instead of prescriptions into homes? I like, we never thought about that. So and as we started looking at our tech model, we started, evaluating, can we actually do this? And we found out we could. And we made so much money doing monoclonal antibodies. We were making more money in a day than we used to make in a month.
Nice.
So that was the aha moment for us, and we decided that, hey, we don't need to be delivering prescriptions only anymore. There's an opportunity that we can deliver all kinds of healthcare services, not only in Texas or in Florida and California, but we can do this in Brazil and Italy. We sent a nurse to Mexico. There was an executive that had COVID-19 called us and said, hey, my doc says I need a monoclonal antibody. They don't have monoclonal antibodies here in Mexico. We put a nurse on a plane, got him a monoclonal antibody. Next day he was feeling good, came back.
Wow, that's life-changing. And that's the good thing about when you're a founder, being able to create solutions that can change and impact lives.
Absolutely.
That's why we do what we do.
Yeah, that's why I do what we do. I'll go in a little deeper.
Yeah.
So I was able to experience a lot by being an executive so early.
Yeah.
A couple of things that hit me across the head that people would say that meant success that really wasn't success. I'll always remember this. We had this big home in Texas, and our oldest son, took another job somewhere else, right? And I brought him down to have lunch with me. And I said, hey, his name's Devin. I said, Devin, do you remember this big house we had in Texas? We had a movie theater and all that. He says, Dad, no, I don't remember that. He says, the only thing I remember about Texas is when you took me to Six Flags. So all my life, I thought about providing for him and his mother and his brother. And what he told me is that didn't matter to him. What mattered to him was spending time with his dad. Right? Even in corporate America, they talk about it's about making money. I've had the opportunity to make a lot of money, but today what makes me excited and encouraged on the inside is giving a person an opportunity who's in Mexico, who has no way to get better.
No real solution.
No solution. Send a nurse to his home, hundreds or thousands of miles away. Now he feels better, he can go back home.
Yeah.
That's making an impact in people's lives.
And that keeps you going.
That keeps us going.
That keeps you going. If your business life was based on a movie or a TV show, what are we watching?
Bad Boys.
Uh-oh. Oh, you gotta unpack that. You the cop or you on the other side?
I've been on both sides,
Okay.
right? So I grew up in Clearwater, Florida, and
Clearwater, that's one of my favorite beaches, just so you know.
Is that right?
And
then I went to undergrad at Bethune-Cookman University.
Okay.
Joined a fraternity.
Oh yeah, which one? You gotta.
Yes.
We all agree.
We all agree?
We all agree.
Yes. One guess.
I don't know. What you think?
Don't know.
I'm gonna say Q.
I'm a Q.
Okay, I'm a Delta.
You're Delta?
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, my son.
Little COVID
So he
separation.
must.
He's Alpha.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Both of them are Alpha.
So when I was an undergrad, I did a lot of cute things, but I did not know. I wish I had somebody in my life like me now. I went back and spoke at Bethune-Cookman a couple weeks ago, and I was able to impart into them what I wish somebody would have imparted into me. Because if I had someone to sow into me at that young of age, I have no idea where I'll be today. But I didn't have that type of person in my life at that time, so I did a bunch of dumb things.
Yeah.
So now I say it was bad. Went from being on the bad side to being a good guy, and I can talk to some of my younger brothers and let them know all the stuff that they think is really fun. It really has very little meaning in overall life. What really has meaning is when you're improving the life of somebody else. That is entering to learn and depart to serve as a model at Bethune-Cookman. And they have such an advantage on so many people. So another benefit that I have is I have mentors who are billionaires, right? But when you unpack a lot of their stories, guess what they're doing? Serving. They're serving. They found a way to serve. So by being at Bethune-Cookman University, you're getting that foundation at a very early time, so I was able to share that.
You need to introduce me to some of your mentors.
I'll do that. Done.
What was your biggest win in the last 2 years?
Biggest win is to get the investment from Microsoft. So Microsoft, of course, they're only one of 4 companies that has a presence in every country in the world. So when we look to expand CourMed, any country we can think of, we already have a partner there. So it puts us on second base versus starting at the batter's box at any time. But in addition to that, I mean, that's what I'm going to be talking about later. We got investment from Google. And of course, I talked about Amazon before. They didn't invest, but they gave us the idea to help us, what we call pivot our model. And
which is a resource.
Yeah.
It's a resource. It's a resource. Yeah. So, speaking of resources, you have all the resources to fix the tech scene, but you only have 30 days. What is your plan?
Say that again?
You have all the resources to fix the tech scene.
The tech scene.
But you only have 30 days.
But I don't have 30 days.
What is your plan?
What is my plan? I only have 30 days to fix the tech scene.
Yeah. Target an issue.
Okay. So here's the thing that I see, because I was an executive. You have a lot of good tech, but founders don't know how to sell. Most founders are talking about how they cannot get funded. They really don't know how to sell. So if you learn how to sell, you can get all the resources that you can get to solve those problems. Because most companies, they may have a good idea, but it takes time to build that idea. So getting the funding, it gives you the runway that you need to make some mistakes and then you figure it out. But you have to be able to sell, and your idea has to have international impact, right? Some starters just have regional impact, and that's not what investors want. You have to sell something big and be able to convince them that they can help you get over the finish line and that they can get a return, you get all the money you want.
Love it. That's good. So the world is yours. Choose one mentor that will invest in you for a year. Who is it and why? You already have some billion-dollar investors, mentors.
I already talked about Robert Smith, right? So I'm going to talk about a brother named Neelan Youngblood. Most people don't know who Neelan Youngblood is. So they call him the $800 million man. He used to be a physician. Now he runs a private equity firm in Dallas, Texas. Neelan Youngblood changed my life.
Yeah.
In 2014, I had an opportunity to sit down with him. I gave him all my background. I was his healthcare executive. I also have 2 patents. And he said to me, he says, Derrick, I don't want you to ever work in a hospital again. He says, I want you to own your own hospitals. And I sat back in the seat. I'm like, man, I had never thought that big before.
But that's what good mentors do.
Yeah, and he says, Derrick, your job is to create the best opportunities for your family. And how are you going to do that? You have to have resources. He says to have juice in this country, you need $100 million. So what you need to do is go out and create a company for $100 million, and you come back and talk to me. Changed my life. So if I had an opportunity to spend more time with him, and that was 2014.
Wow.
That was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can still recall that conversation. But here's the most impactful thing about that conversation. When I went back to Neelan, I was having a conversation with him. You know what he told me? He said he didn't remember a thing he told me.
But it mattered to you.
But what that meant to me, because I've been in that situation, that means he wasn't speaking. His voice was used.
It was a channel.
As a channel.
Yeah.
To push me.
It was for you.
And what I do now, when I get up and speak, most people say, Derrick, do you remember what you said on the pedestal? I'm like, no. I said, I'm just a channel.
Just a vessel.
I'm a vessel today. When I get up there today, I'm just a vessel. I've already asked, what do you want me to tell them? I tell them.
That's right. That's right. So they say a key to success is to fail fast, try again. Which failure of yours are you most grateful for?
I had so many. So most people don't understand this is that there's more failures than there is success.
Yeah.
But you only have to win one time. So but what I did not know, and this is what helped me the most, is when I'm watching CNBC, they don't talk about people's failure. They talk about the success. So when I started to experience a failure as an entrepreneur, I got really discouraged.
Yeah.
But I had people in my life, because I got to the point where I thought about ending my life. But I had people around me who was giving me a phone call and said, hey, Derrick, I just want to call and encourage you. I just want to call and encourage you. So I learned the power of a word of encouragement that day. So when you look at our company, CourMed, most people think it's Courier Med. It is not. In the middle of the word of encouragement is C-O-U-R.
Yeah.
So we're encouraging people. So
Love
every
that.
day,
come on, D.
every day that we send, there's a message that goes out when somebody receives something from us. It says be encouraged. Every time we pay somebody, at the bottom of that check stub, it says be encouraged.
Yeah.
We're sending out thousands of messages of encouragement on a daily basis.
Love that. Y'all heard it here. Be a vessel and encourage. Thank you so much, Derrick, for your time. This is another episode of 2Techies.